Personally, I feel that people don't want to be completely bombarded with stuff, so sometimes people might see social media as an easy marketing tool, and if you've got a new t-shirt with a giraffe on in the shop, oh, can you put that on Facebook, can you put a link to that and sell us those, can you put a link to this, that and the other, we've got this coming up, can you do that? But we don't see it like that, and we're a lot more selective, very careful what we put on there, because we don't want people turned off by what we're posting. Our keepers suspected that our giant otters had had pups, and they were currently being kept in the breeding dens at the back of the exhibit. And to give them absolute privacy, they decided they wanted to fence off the whole area and make it not accessible to the public. So because we had all these fences up, we wanted to do something to basically engage people with the possible birth of the giant otters. So in all the fencing we had signage up saying our otters may have given birth, please follow us on Facebook and keep up to date with their progress. We also had staff who give talks here regularly throughout the day at all different exhibits, mentioning that people should head to Facebook and follow the possible exciting birth of a species that had potentially given birth for the very first time here at Chester Zoo. And we also utilised our newsletter to, we have a huge database, around 60,000 people that we send a regular newsletter out. And we always ask them to like our Facebook page, but the birth of the otter pups actually gives a very good reason for people to engage with that and really highlight a reason for following us on social media, because they could chart the progress of a very special species. Most of our keepers and staff are armed with camera phones, and we encourage them to snap away and take pictures and video as much as they can and send it in to us, and we then decide whether or not it's useful and of interest to the public. And with this, one of our keepers actually was at the enclosure when the otter pups took their very first dip into the water and went swimming for the very first time. They were actually given swimming lessons by their mum and dad. So he was actually on hand and got footage of this, and got us around 10 minutes of great footage of adult mum and dad knocking babies into the water and then jumping in to drag them back out afterwards. And it was some lovely footage, and we were able to edit that down and use a lovely clip of that. And that clip was subsequently picked up by Sky News, and then that went on and on and on, got shared on various websites and various different news sites and things like that. Subsequently, on the back of our social media campaign surrounding the birth of our otter pups, we saw increases in revenues in different areas of the zoo, and we run an adoption scheme here where people can adopt a different species, and for that adoption package they pay X amount of pounds and they get a cuddly toy of that species, they get a certificate saying they've adopted them, tickets to come and see them and things like that. And because we created a high profile for the giant otter species, we suddenly saw a huge increase in people taking out adoption packages of the giant otters. Also, dotted around the zoo, we have vending machines, if you like, which sell badges with pictures of different animals on. Badges with penguins on, badges with giraffes, orangutans, and also giant otters. And we have a counter which counts how many vends for each species. And during this campaign, there was almost double the amount of badges with giant otters on sold than any other species. So certainly creating a high profile for this species certainly had some knock-on effects financially for us as well. At the end of the day, people love animals, baby animals, and they love a storyline, and that's what we had with the giant otters, a real story for people to engage with.